Tips and strategies for offering a successful Mooc. We're going to go through a few things in this session. Now, when you hear about Moocs, you know Moocs are becoming very popular. They are rising. And there's been a lot of articles and some research on the implementation of Moocs. And we know what Mooc stands for, Massive Open Online Course. But that's a loose definition. It can mean many different things. Massive could be 100 people to 100,000 people. And when it's open, it means that participants could come in and take what they want. And they might only listen to a couple things and fade away. So you got to be prepared for this type of learning environment. But if you think about the key of a Mooc provides an interactive user forum that helps build a community. Now, the advantages of offering a Mooc is that, it could be free or a very reduced course. You could reach thousands of students. It's a professional growth for both the students and for the instructor. And it can also be used as a recruiting tool because they'll learn something and go, oh, this is good. I might want to come to this university. And there are disadvantages. There are many students in your class. It will be a lot of work. And sometimes you may have volunteered to do a Mooc, meaning you may not get paid or the pay may be low. And it is difficult to manage with that number of students. So what does this all mean? Well, I decided to put together a Mooc. I did a Mooc on the instructional strategy, the flipped classroom or flipped learning. And I advertised this Mooc in a few different ways. I put it on social media. I made a flyer. I mailed it out to teachers. I posted it on a website. It went out as many different ways as possible. And my target audience were secondary teachers and college instructors. I offered two versions of this Mooc. One was the complete course, everything, from the beginning to the very end, and you also received a certificate, what I call a badge of completion. Then there was a reduced version of the course, which was free. Instead of 9 sections, there were 4 sections. So you did get a good feel of what the course was like, but you did not get the badges of the completion, and you weren't able to see the whole entire course. So for an example, this is what was included in the free version. We talked about flipped classroom. We made some screencast videos, how to post to YouTubes, and how to even make narrated PowerPoints. You can see there was a lot that was offered there. And the pay version was how to post your links, how to add closed captions, and how to actually create a flipped lesson, the instructional strategies that you do in your classroom, the future of flip, and then of course you got the badge of completion. Now there are some key components of a Mooc that when you put them together, you have to realize it is more than just an online course. You need to differentiate your instruction, learning opportunities, because some people may already know something, so you might want to have a different path for them. You're going to have a diverse population of people from possibly around the world, in different time zones. And of course, you got to plan. You need to really think about different pathways in your course and how to reach out to all students. And sometimes you may need to make changes on the fly. You're going to try to build a sense of community among all your participants. It's been suggested, and I like doing this, whole live meetings. I did 2 of them. And of course, in the very end, they get something for the course. In this case, they got a badge of completion, a certificate, or a badge. Now, there are many aspects of a Mooc. You could use a learning management system. You could use third-party software to put it together. I like putting a lot of my videos up on YouTube. I find that to be very useful. And then I embed the YouTube videos into my learning management system. And you can look at, this is just like sort of the assignments. You have topics 1 to 4, then you have topics 5 to 9. I divided them up into two groups, so the ones who didn't pay, they did not see topics 5 to 9. Then there were checklists as they go through the activities. I did offer 2 live webinars that were archived. They were well attended. I think I had around 20 people in each of the webinars, and I had to pick times that would be reasonable for the people in different time zones. So you have to be conscious of that. Then, of course, in the MOOCs or in the course, you have to students were posting in the discussion forums, and they would read the forums, and you can see here that many of the participants read a large number of the forums, so they were very active. And I gave the participants an opportunity to give thumbs ups or I guess a plus if they liked the post. If they didn't like the post, and then give the thumbs up, so people could see how many thumbs ups they got on the article. So if people like reading their article, just a little way to try to add a little excitement to the discussion posts. I did divide the groups up into sections, because since we had over 100, 200 people, and I did that usually by, I guess, by their discipline: mathematics, science, medical, corporate, and so on. Now, I use Google Docs a lot. This will help me. What this was, when they made a video, they post a link in Google Docs, and they also post it in the learning management system. But for me, in Google Docs was a quick way I could pull up the form, usually look at it in a spreadsheet type format, and I could click on the link very quickly and get a chance to see what they are doing in the class. So the Google Docs was to help me to find information quickly. And this is an example of what if they enter the data into the form, I would see their name, first name and last name, and then the link, which I could click on very quickly and easily. Then you made release conditions in the learning management system, so as they progress throughout the course, different opportunities or different content will become available to them depending on how they enter information. The badge of completion, we put together a sort of like a PDF, so all they had to do was enter their name up in here, and then it will automatically populate it, and then they can print that out or save it, and that's how they got their badge of completion. The course statistics, I had 530 people register for the course, but of that, only 340 actually logged on. I don't know what happened to the other 200, but only 340 logged on. And out of that 340, 150 did complete topic 1. And you can see there is a decrease. Out of that, 85 completed topic 4. Then 63 actually decide to pay and get the badge of completion or see the rest of the course. And out of that 63, 58 actually completed the course. And here are the statistics again. I compared these to some national studies. So in my course, starting out, 340, 16 actually completed, 16%. And compared to some other massive open online courses, these were courses of very large numbers. Mine wasn't as large. There was 4%. So there is a dropout rate, which is expected. People come in. It is a open course. In fact, we're not calling them Mooc anymore. It's just basically a non-credit open online open course. But they come in, take what they want, but some will complete. It's very important to have a reflective analysis. I had a survey that the participants completed, and you could look over those results and you could see how they were doing. 99% of them all agreed that the videos were very useful. You could see the vote up. That wasn't well received. 44% were agreed. Anyway, so there was some, but it wasn't as strong as some of the other areas. Then you look at the survey statistics. So you just go through. It's always good to have some sort of survey. So you can see there were a lot of good general comments. Some of the weaknesses, I pushed them in terms of time. It was a 3-week course. Some people found that not desirable. Some sort of liked it, but I might adjust that in the future. It moved very fast. And some people didn't like replying. That was part of my trying to make a sense of community. But if you looked at other statistics, that didn't seem to be a big problem to the majority of the participants. So it's good to give feedback, and I will adjust things in the future. What I'm going to do is make less material. I might divide it into 2 different online courses. I want to develop a network page. I might do a outside wiki so people could stay in touch with each other, or some sort of social media. I'm going to try and make the course in the future more adaptive, because people come in with different skills, so there may be different pathways throughout the course for them to take. But in the end, people did do a good job. They did receive the badge of completion. In Pennsylvania, for K-12 teachers, they get what they call Act 48 hours, which is part of their certification process. So they did get some Act 48 hours for this. And this was just sort of like what I had on the announcements when they were finishing the course. And basically that was the course, and it went very well. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to email me.